me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the report? Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the report? Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the report? Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the report? Bring it to you live.
Already clinched the playoff spot. Boston is definitely not slick. And now the Knicks 0-8 against the top two teams in each conference. They're like 0-2 against Cleveland, 0-3 against Boston, 0-2 against the Thunder, 0-2 against the Lakers. They can't beat the top teams. And that's why when the Knicks get into the playoffs, they'll probably survive against Detroit. But by the way the bracket is set up, they'll play Boston in the second round, who will for sure beat any of these teams. And they'll lose to Boston. They'll lose to Boston for sure, because I try not to judge teams so fast based on the regular season, but when you have a clear track record of performing bad against elite teams, that's who you are. Some teams you can give a pass to, but this has been the story of the Knicks season. They can beat this team. They can beat this team, this team, this team, this team. They beat Denver, I believe. They beat Houston. But it mainly matters right here. They can't beat these teams. What they do in the West doesn't matter, because if you can't beat these teams, you're not going to even get to these teams right here. So this is the problem right here with the Knicks all season long. If we're being objective, if we're being fair, showing them some attention, they can't beat the elite teams. Yeah. They can't beat the elite teams, and that's going to be an issue, because once they get to Boston, like I said, I saw Trae Young once upon a time eliminate the Knicks in the playoffs. And the way Thibodeau played them guys, I think, they can beat Detroit, but I'm getting to a point to where I wouldn't be surprised if they were upset by the Pistons in the first round. Because they're locked in this spot. Not mathematically, but technically they're locked in this spot. And I think Detroit still have a chance to get the 5 spot. And the 4. But I think it'll end like this. My prediction, it'll end like this. I think the Pacers will hang on here. This what you see right here is what you get. And I just don't know. I don't know about the Knicks. What you see is what you get with them, because it's a track record. But anyway, let's move on. Poor Orlando, they've had it rough. Talk about them just for a second. They had some tough injuries in the beginning of the season, because they were up here in the top 4, and you've seen how they've fallen. And we don't really look at divisions in basketball, but Magic, Hawks, Wizards, Heat, and Charlotte, they're all in the same division. And as you can see, a 29-32 team leads this division. This is the top record in the, I think, Southeast division. Divisions don't mean anything in the NBA, but that's just a bad look. But yeah, so that's the East. We go out West. Lakers maintaining that number 2 seed with Denver. We're winning today, first of all, with 8 in a row now. 8 in a row, 8-2 in their last 10 games. Oklahoma City on a 5-game winning streak. They are. Cleveland are on a 12-game winning streak. But Oklahoma on a 5-game winning streak. They're beating teams by an average of nearly 13 points, as you can see right here. It's dominant. But again, the story is that when people say, oh, the Thunder, you know what I'm saying, not getting attention, the attention for them comes, they don't want to be the team where people say, I told you so. Charles Barkley was complaining about, oh, the Thunder and Cavs not getting attention. Okay, they got into the playoffs. We're focusing on them. And they just got eliminated in the second round, or they got eliminated before they made it to the NBA Finals. This is why we don't talk about them. That's what people are going to say. That's the type of team the Thunder don't want to be. They better at least... It's, to me, as talented as they are, it's really NBA Finals or bust, even for Cleveland. And that's how they see it. They know that as well. But it's like, if you pull another last season to where you lose before you even make it to the conference finals, at least, for the Thunder, it's like the only other answer, as good as young as that team is, they got to go out and go get Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant, I predict that he will go to Houston after this year, but I think Kevin Durant, with them young guys who are winning this many games in the regular season, Kevin Durant, in my opinion, can be the difference of them taking that next step if they don't do it this year. I think it'll show that they need an elite veteran presence, and I think KD is that guy to just come back home, finish off what he couldn't do nearly 10 years ago, get that chip. But Lakers, and that's the story of the Thunder to me. Like, we're going to see in the playoffs. You're not getting, Charles Barkley highlighted that you're not getting attention in the regular season by these big networks who are the worldwide leader in sports. When you get into the playoffs, it's not, every team is not playing, and every team is not playing every night. So you will be highlighted, and you don't want to be the I told you so team. But the Lakers, again, 2 seed. You want to be the 2 seed just in case the Thunder lose before they get to the conference finals. If you don't meet them in the conference finals and say you make it and they don't, you want to make sure you have home court advantage. So that's why the 2 seed is very important. They have to prove it. That is true. They had to prove, just like the Warriors. The Warriors had to prove it back when they were elite, you know what I'm saying, on the course of winning them championships. They had to prove that they were worthy of that recognition. Because if you remember real quick, I'm glad you said that. They had to prove it. If you remember, Golden State in 2013, the first time Steph led them to the playoffs, with Mark Jackson, they won 50. How many games did they win that year? Well, they went in the playoffs. They beat a 3-seeded Nugget team, and then they lost in the second round to the Spurs, which, okay, that's the Spurs. The Spurs were a championship team. The Warriors were working. Very next year, the Warriors won about 50 games again, and they lost in the first round in 7 to the Clippers. And then they came back, winning 67 games. And people weren't really talking about them as much like that. But then they went into the playoffs and proved it. And so that is a great point. You have to prove it. The Warriors eventually backed it up. Oklahoma City losing in the second round just gave everybody cause to pause on them this year. Like, yeah, you're going to win a lot of games, but okay. So Nuggets 3 seed, Grizzlies 4 seed. They've been sliding, 4 straight losses. Even the Rockets just broke like a 3-game win streak. So this is good for the Lakers right here. Warriors creeping back up, 8-2 in their last 10. Minnesota. It's all about avoiding the play-in for these teams. I'm just glad the Lakers aren't in this position. So you want to avoid the play-in at all costs. You don't want to be playing for your, you know what I'm saying, plan here. So you want to be 6 or higher. Clippers sliding. They did hang on to beat the Pistons yesterday. Kings surging up there. Mavericks, unfortunate. Again, if you know what I'm saying, healthy, a contender in the West. So they have an unfortunate situation. Phoenix back to the drawing board. Phoenix is a back to the drawing board team. Again, I'll never get over that clip of Devin Booker saying with KD, himself, and Bill, he's going to say, good luck guarding all 3 of us. Like, I don't know how teams going to stop it, or something like that. And this is the result of that clip, 29 and 33, not even a play-in team. Not even a play-in team at the moment. Portland, I respect what Portland is doing. They still have an outside shot, but I think it'll stay like this. I think these will be the teams. But Phoenix should be able to, especially with what happened to Dallas, they should be able to take this spot because you got Kevin Durant, who's a champion, Devin Booker, who been in the finals, Bradley Beal. Of course, he didn't have success like that in Washington, but you got them 3 dudes. And you're not even going to make the play-in tournament? No. 2022 Steph was ridiculous. That made me put Steph in my same. Absolutely the same. I said there is no denying it now. No denying Steph Curry now. I lost a bet to my friend who's a Warriors fan I had to buy a stick because as the season was going on, I said, man, the Warriors ain't winning no championship this year. Stop it. They're fun, nice team and everything, but they're not gonna win no championship. And the bet was if they won, I had to buy a Steph jersey, and I bought one and rocked it, put it on Instagram and everything. It blew up, so I had to eat crow. But same, when Steph won that year, I'm like, yo, you can't deny him. You cannot deny Steph Curry. Check out this right here.
And that was the goal.
Steph is ridiculous.
And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh!
Look at that.
Steph from midcourt.
Look at that.
Come on! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh my goodness! Steph from midcourt. Oh! Come on! Did he ghost him on that too?
Please subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the Fly Hippie. If you're still in the chat, you see it. I posted it in the chat. Again, he gives great coverage on the WNBA, but I highly appreciate it. We're trying to reach 2,100 subs. Thank you guys for all the support. And yeah, it's really been fun. Let's continue to maintain and keep this thing going. And we are going to continue to provide you with some fun coverage, especially Laker basketball. And we're going to see y'all soon. Good night, Marquita. Good night, my sister. And yeah, we're going to end it right there. Y'all have a good night.